All right, welcome back, and we have Dr. Arora. Time for a couple of more questions. I want to thank also Shawnee Burgard, who's in your office, for setting up the interview, and it's been quite interesting. I noticed we're getting a lot of floater questions, so a lot of people have floaters out there. Let's go back to the phone line. HTV, welcome to Bayou Time. Your question for Dr. Arora, please. Hello. You there? I hear a voice, so somebody's getting shy. HTV, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello.
You're on. You're on.
Hello.
You're on.
Hello.
I think we ought to be doing a hearing show too. You're on. Go ahead, ma'am. You're on.
Yes. I would like to say that I have very, very dry eyes, and the doctor told me to use genteel, moderate to severe eye drops. Very, very good. And I have rheumatoid arthritis that makes it dry too, and I have to have my tear ducts sewed next month, and to also have my cataracts removed. Since I was supposed to go see Dr. Fargo, but the doctor at Eschete told me I am, with all the medication I'm on for rheumatoid arthritis and all, it would be best to have it done at Eschete with my medical records. But Genteel is over the counter, and it's real, real good.
Okay, we won't get into the discussion of what doctor to go to, but she generally sounds like the rheumatoid arthritis is causing secondary stuff. So a lot of people get secondary eye things, correct?
That's correct. And rheumatoid arthritis is not the only immune system condition that can lead to severe, severe dry eyes. And it sounds like she has really dry ones. Certainly all the treatments that she mentioned can help in cases like that.
All right, let's take another call. HTV, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please. Hello. Okay. HTV, you're on. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm so glad I finally got through. I have a question for Dr. Arora.
Put your TV on mute for me because it's feeding back on me, okay?
Right. That's what okay. My eyes are very dry also, and I've been seeing a doctor who's been treating me for months, using azosite and other medications, drops and artificial tears, everything. And now he's suggesting that I get on this Restasis treatment plan, and that's for life, I believe. I'm going to hang up and listen to your answer.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Restasis, we've seen the commercials.
Sure. Well, it sounds like your doctor has done a good job of trying a number of different treatments, and depending on what's causing your dry eyes, different treatments are going to work better for different people. Restasis can be effective for many people, like any other medication. That's not effective for everybody, but there are a couple of things you need to know when you start in Restasis. Restasis can certainly work for many people, but you have to give it a really good try. You have to give it a thorough trial. And what I mean by that is you need to use it regularly if your doctor puts you on it. Use it at the frequency that they tell you. And you need to use it for at least 2 months to know for sure whether it's having an impact. It's not going to completely replace your tears and all that. It should hopefully reduce your dependence on all those things.
Okay. All right. The phone lines, I mean, as soon as you can tell, people love to talk about eyes because the phone line, it's almost like hurricane calls, you know. I mean, a lot of people are interested. You're on the air. Go ahead, please. Hello? You there?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on. Go ahead, please.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Yes. When you got an eyelash in your eye, what's the best way to take it out?
Okay. Simple one for you.
Well, the best way to take it out would be initially, if you would irrigate it, you can get an over-the-counter eye wash, and in a lot of cases that'll get rid of it. Anything more than that, you should probably see your doc to do that for you, because you really don't want to go at the eye yourself with any kind of instruments or anything like that. It'd be much better to have someone who can do that for you.
I'm not making fun, but we have a retina specialist on, and they get to the simplest things, an eyelash in the eye.
Well, hey, these are the things that bother me.
Yeah, it can happen. But don't get tweezers and go try to get it.
No, you really shouldn't do that.
Right, good answer. All right, HTV, you're on. Go ahead, please. Hello.
Hello.
You're on. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Is there a cure for lazy eyes?
Is there a what for lazy eye?
Is there a cure?
Is there a cure for lazy eye?
Is there a cure? Well, if it's caught early enough in life, often so. Now, it also depends on what exactly we mean by lazy eye. People use that term to describe a lot of different things. If you're talking about an eye that turns in or turns out, in a lot of cases, surgical correction will fix that. If you're talking about an eye that is what we call amblyopic, in other words, the pathways never develop between the eye and the brain from childhood, in those cases, no, there is no cure for that. But if it's caught early enough in life, that can be mostly reversed.
Okay. What about spasms of the eye? Some people say they have, on other children that have spasms of the eye. What causes that?
Where again, it depends on what you're talking about in terms of a cause. For instance, some people will get spasms of their eyelids, and there are certain neurological conditions that can cause that. So if that's happening, you should definitely be examined by your eye doctor. But then there are other things that can cause that, such as irritation from the sun or dryness, or even lots of caffeine. So those are all things that can help with some of that.
It always comes back to caffeine, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of it. And of course it would, since most of us love our coffee.
There you go. Well, Dr. Arora, we appreciate you coming on tonight. We took a lot of calls. We're leaving a lot of people with questions, but we'd love to get you back on, and we'd like to thank you for coming on and come pay us another visit. That was an interesting show.
Well, I'd like to. Thank you very much.
All right, Dr. Arora. We'll take a break, but first, before we do that, I want to roll in a clip from Dr. Drew, where we had the police chief of Thibodaux, Scott Silverii, and also the mayor, Tommy Eschete, fielding questions from Dr. Drew on the tragedy this week that occurred in Thibodaux. We'll roll part of that as we go into the break, and when we come out of the break, Dr. Chris Saul on oral cancer. We'll be right back.
Now, Chief, I want to, this is sort of a stunning little piece of information here, that his child's body parts are there, and he's saying it's part of a dummy. Was he in some altered state where he actually believed that, and did he maintain that?
Well, obviously we can't speak to his mental state. He spoke, he appeared to be lucid. He's spoken to comprehensively. He was able to answer the questions that were asked of him. When he was placed into the unit, there didn't seem to be any state of confusion. He was just again, very, very methodical about his answers to the officer. He seemed to be very calm.
Maybe this is outside of something you're comfortable speculating about, but how do we make sense of this? I mean, again, I think in terms of, bath salts or methamphetamine or things that make people pharmacologically do horrible, horrible things that are outside of the usual human lexicon. Do you guys have any theory about what happened here?
No, sir. We have no theory, hypothesis. We're just in the early stages, actually. Continuing the investigation. Where we're doing historicals, investigating, talking to his family, interviewing his friends, his associates, anyone that has any history to give us any insight into it. From our early investigation, there's been no indication that there was drug abuse or any type of psychosis or mental emotionally disturbed.
And finally, Mayor, how's the community handling this? How's the rest of the town? I understand lots of people have shown up for the vigil, and there's a lot of support for his mom, Jori's mom.
Sure. Last night we had some individuals from our community actually organize a candlelight vigil in town. We probably had 600 to 800 people that attended. Thibodaux, again, a small community, 15,000 citizens. South Louisiana is a caring, compassionate area here in Louisiana, and certainly, you know, our citizens came. It was a shock to them. You know, and it didn't surprise me one bit, the fact that they rallied to console and to help grieve and go through the healing process with Miss Lirette and her family and friends, and also the students that young Jori was going to school with. He had been in the school system for about 3 years now. So, you know, the outpouring of condolences and sympathy to the family and friends was not something that we didn't anticipate. It's pretty commonplace here in Thibodaux.